Hello guys, it's the end of February or the start of March, can't believe it. This year's going super fast, as all of them do. But I'm going to be telling you what I watched this February, what films I watched. I believe I watched 29, so that's one per day. A lot of things I rewatched. Of course, you got to rewatch films, and I watched a lot of new films as well. I didn't do this in January because I didn't fully keep track of what I watched in January, which is why I didn't do it then. But I keep track of everything I watched in February. It is on all of my Letterboxd, so make sure you look at my Letterboxd down below. That's got everything I've seen in. It's got reviews for all these movies. I'm not going to go in depth or reviews for every single one of these films or give ratings for every single one. I'm just going to state what I watched, what I rewatched. Did I like it? Yes or no? Movies I rewatched this year, I rewatched Rogue One. I love Rogue One. Every rewatch does get a little weaker though, but yeah, I did rewatch it because I love watching Star Wars and I wanted to see how it held up in my new ranking. I then rewatched Knives Out because I loved the movie and I wanted to see how it held up on second viewing, and I thought it actually really held up. This is a movie that I didn't expect to hold up on second viewing. It really did. Really enjoyed watching this one again. I also rewatched some other 2019 movies. I rewatched Joker. Still love the movie. Still my favorite movie of 2019. I also rewatched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. This rewatch was one of the best rewatches I've ever had. I may even have boosted my grade. I love this movie. I loved it before. It was in my best of the year, but now I think it's even higher. I adore this movie. I think it's moved up from like my sixth favorite Tarantino to my third, so I love it a lot more after rewatching it. I also rewatched Batman 1989 because I haven't seen it in a very long time, and they announced the Robert Pattinson as Batman, so I wanted to see how Michael Keaton was as Batman, because I haven't seen that one in a long time. It's okay, I like the performances, I like Jack Nicholson as Joker, and I like Michael Keaton as Batman, but definitely doesn't hold up that well, but I still like the movie, it's still a good film. Moving on, what I watched for the first time, and I'm going to go in order of when I watched these. But yeah, let's crack off with the first movie I watched for the first time in February 2020, and that was Clerks. I've never seen this film before. This movie is directed by Kevin Smith. I adored this film. I thought this film was absolutely hilarious. I found me many times crying with laughter. The dialogue is just superb. I love the black and white color scheme. It's so simple. I've only one issue with the movie, and that is it ended quite abruptly. But besides that, this is pretty much a day in the life of Clerk that I loved to watch. I then watched The Lighthouse, with the 2019 film with Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe in, and I've got a review for that. I love the movie. It's just amazing. It's an A+, 9 out of 10. I just adored the film. I thought it was really, really excellent. I've got a review for that. Definitely one of my favorites of 2019. I then watched Insomnia, Christopher Nolan. I love Nolan's films. I'm trying to... There might be a few more on this list because I'm trying to watch all of them before Tenet comes out. And I thought Insomnia was really good. Probably the worst Nolan film, but still, all of his films are magnificent. So Insomnia was really great. I loved Al Pacino. I loved how I kept getting more tired throughout the rest of the film. He's like a 9 out of 10 A. I really liked it. I watched Mandy. I thought the color scheme for this movie was really great. The story, though, was very unbalanced. It's literally an hour 15 minutes opening scene, then the opening title card comes up, then the last 15 minutes is Nicolas Cage going insane. So it's like 15 minutes of a movie that I wanted the entire thing to be, but I was actually more invested for the first hour and 15 minutes, which is strange. I loved the chainsaw action scene. That was cool. It's like a 6 out of 10. It's okay. I didn't really care for it that much. I enjoyed seeing Nicolas Cage brutally kill loads of people for ridiculous reasons, with a very over-the-top color scheme. I then watched District 9 on Netflix, the documentary alien film. I haven't seen this before, and I thought this was really funny, but then as the movie started to reveal itself of what the story actually was, it became much more investing and heartfelt than I expected it to be. I really love this movie. The CGI for the aliens is a little questionable, but it doesn't matter, because even though the CGI isn't great for them, they're given so much humanity and they're given so much realism that I just love District 9. I thought it was a great film. If you've never seen it, it's a really interesting alien fake mockumentary, which I loved. I then watched Arrival, Denis Villeneuve. I want to watch all of his films this year as well, leading up to Dune. I'm very excited for that. His films are hit or miss for me, and this one was a miss one, unfortunately. Prisoners and Blade Runner 2049 are excellent. All the ones in the middle are okay. But Arrival, I thought the majority of the film was pretty boring, actually. I didn't find what was unique about it. It was well directed and looked amazing, and the score was good. I didn't find anything interesting about the movie. But then the ending is brilliant. One of the best movie endings in terms of revealing everything. But still, what I watched, I need to see it again. I need to watch it again. I might watch it again next month, I don't know. Because the ending really is phenomenal. and it makes what you saw the rest of the movie so much better. For now, it's like a B plus, 7, 8 out of 10. I'm not too sure yet. I then watched The King of Comedy, Martin Scorsese. I haven't seen this film before again, like all of them. But Robert De Niro is excellent here. I love The King of Comedy. It's very similar to Joker that came out recently. You can tell that the inspiration there. But I thought The King of Comedy was hilarious. I loved how it subverts your expectations for his character. You're expecting his character to get on stage and completely suck and his comedy to be awful, like everyone's telling him. But he gets up and he's actually really funny and he actually does a great job. And I think it had actually a really nice message about an insane comedian. And celebrity sort of endorsements. I thought it was really, really clever. Next, I watched Ready or Not, 2019 movie about a very intense game of hide and seek. I didn't review this one because there wasn't really much to say about it. It was a good time. It was tense. I liked the story. It's tense from the opening scene on because you know exactly what the story is, what this character is, but this character keeps, and it becomes more tense and tense and tense. And it's a really solid horror film. I think it's a good time. It's funny. It's brutal. It's a good time. It's what it should be. It's a 7 out of 10 B sort of thing. I then watched Apocalypse Now, the final cut. I did a review of this. I thought the final cut was excellent. It looks amazing. The sound amazing. I did a review for this, but yeah, Apocalypse Now final cut. I mean, brilliant. I then watched Dark Waters. I did a review for this as well with Mark Ruffalo in 2019 movie about the dangerous chemicals and being released by a big corporate company, and Mark Ruffalo tried to stop it. I did review this. I thought it was really good. I thought it was a really darn good movie. I was really, really invested to see. Last 20 minutes was paced a bit off, but besides that, I thought it was super investing. I then watched A Quiet Place for the first time, because the second one comes out soon, and I missed it in 2018, and I watched it fully for the first time. I've seen a few of it before, but I had to watch it fully. The last half an hour of this movie is super tense. I was expecting it to be like one room sort of thriller, but it really wasn't that. I'm excited to see what they can do with the second one. I'd probably give this movie like a B plus, 8 out of 10. I thought it was really, really solid thriller film. I actually really cared about what was going on. You don't need dialogue to have the emotion there, and I thought that was really, really well done. And it was able me to care about the characters at the same time. And again, every time like a little noise was or a tiny little sound, it made me anxious, and that's, I think, a benefit to this horror film. I then watched Zodiac by David Fincher, starring Jake Gyllenhaal, Mark Ruffalo, and Robert Downey Jr. I thought this movie was really, really amazing. The finale is just excellent. Everything's coming into play. This mystery was super investing. Definitely one of my favourite Fincher movies. I don't think I like it more than Seven or Fight Club. I'm not sure about that yet, but I love this film. I think it's excellent. I mean, purely excellent. Truly great filmmaking. Just a really amazing mystery. It's a long movie. It's a super investing movie. And when it ends, you feel like you've really invested yourself in something, and it's actually affected you in a way. And I love how the movie really spanned so much time. I watched Gemini Man, starring Will Smith. I reviewed this movie. Not a good movie. Started off quite strong, and I liked the look of it, but besides that, I think it's really bad. There's another Ang Lee film that I watched for the first time that will be on here soon, and that one's a lot better. I then watched The Prestige, another Christopher Nolan film. I thought this film was a masterwork in pretty much every single way. Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman are excellent in this film. Their performances are flawless. But the goddamn story, the way it's structured like an actual magic trick, amazing. I mean, truly phenomenal. And if you've never seen The Prestige, I think it's Nolan's most underrated movie. I then watched No Country for Old Men. I loved this movie again. A brilliant cat and mouse chase. My only problem with it is that I didn't really feel that there was a fully main protagonist, but when that was sort of came through, it was really, really good. Javier Bardem, oh my god, brilliant. Josh Brolin, great. A really tense game of cat and mouse. It's just a really tense chase movie, and it's amazing, and the performance is excellent. Javier Bardem is just so brilliant in this film. I loved how he was still human, but he has the psychopathic killer that you love. It's extremely well shot. It's paced superbly. If you've never seen No Country for Old Men, it's a brilliant film. I loved watching it for the first time. It was pretty much gripped for every single scene. I then watched The Peanut Butter Falcon, 2019 movie starring Shia LaBeouf. I thought this movie was really great. It had a really good message, And I liked how it didn't ponder down to the Down syndrome character. I liked how it just treated him like a normal person on a normal adventure trying to achieve a goal. And I loved that. It was really heartfelt. I felt like I learned something watching it, and I felt like I'd got something out of it, and that was good. I thought it was a bit too short, but besides that, I thought it was a really sweet movie. Then moving on, I watched The Big Lebowski, starring Jeff Bridges. Hey man, that's interesting. That's interesting, man. Oh my god. This movie was hysterical. It was amazing. The dream sequences are just some of the most fun I've ever seen. But Jeff Bridges in this damn movie is so laid back. It's just, it's hilarious. I love The Big Lebowski. It's like an A minus, 9 out of 10. Really liked it. Then I watched There Will Be Blood. Considered a pretty great movie. Another amazing movie from 2007, along with Zodiac and No Country for Old Men. That I also watched this month, but man, There Will Be Blood was great. I mean, really great. I loved Daniel Day-Lewis's performance. The milkshake line at the end is amazing.
I drink your milkshake. I drink it up!
Sometimes the pace was a bit lower for me, but honestly, the 2-hour, 40-minute runtime flew by, and I really loved the movie. Coming in next, I watched Happy Gilmore on Netflix, midday sort of movie. Adam Sandler. It's good, it's fun, it's fine. It's B7, solid movie. And here we're going to get to the other Ang Lee movie I was talking about, and that was Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I think this may be my favourite martial arts movie I've ever seen. The action sequences are amazing. Some of the wire work is a bit questionable, and some of the audio dubbing isn't too great. But besides that, this is a brilliantly structured film with excellent characterizations. Brilliant stuff. I loved this movie. The romance was investing. The action sequences were so mesmerizing. Brilliant film. Moving on, I watched Portrait of a Lady on Fire, 2019 movie. This movie was so superbly directed. Not a movie for me. When I was watching it, I was like, yeah, this is not a movie I'm supposed to like. This is not a movie for me in any way. But the way the movie did foreshadowing, imagery, visual storytelling, I loved it. I only have one issue with the movie, and that's that at the start of the film, there's sort of this secrecy. I wish that went on for a little longer before it turned into a romance movie. The ending floored me. It was really emotional, and the rest of the movie was so superbly directed. This is a brilliant film. I watched The Big Short with many actors. Ryan Gosling being very angry and narcissistic. Steve Carell, who's probably the best character in the movie. Brad Pitt, who did nothing. And Christian Bale, who just didn't really do anything either, but he was quite funny. I didn't like this film. I have to be honest. I never got invested into the story or the characters. It was so jumbled. I liked the fourth wall breaking, and I liked the style of the movie, and I liked the quickness of it. But a lot of it was just really drained, and I liked how it gave you the information and stuff, told you what words mean, but still I don't care about the story, I don't care about the characters, I didn't really care about anything going on, which is a shame. I learnt more from reading the synopsis than watching the movie, unfortunately. Moving on, I watched Sicario movies. I watched Sicario 1 and Sicario 2. These are the last two movies I watched. I liked them. I thought the first one was a much better directed movie by Denis Villeneuve, or whatever his name is. I thought it was a much better directed film, but I think the second one's story was far more investing. I liked the first one a lot. I thought it was a good film. They're both 7.5 out of 10s, both B pluses sort of range, but I thought both of them were really good. I think I like the first a little more just because it's a better made film, but the second one's story, and especially the way it does the last few minutes, I thought was really great. So there we go. They're all the movies I watched in February. Quite a lot there, 29, and there we go. Comment down below what you watched in February, and of course, thanks for watching, and goodbye.